Hey guys, welcome to House to Home here on KPRC2+. I'm Lily Jang, your host, and also a full-time realtor here in the Houston area. We have so much to talk about. On today's show, it is all things stucco. If you own a stucco house or you're considering buying a stucco house, whether it's resale or new build, this show is for you. It is a conversation that I have with all of my buyers. Is stucco just a bad idea in our humid climate? Or does stucco get a bad rap because it is built poorly? We're going to talk to Greg Morgan of Lone Star Stucco. He is the stucco king. He's the expert. He's going to tell us everything we need to know. And most importantly, he's going to tell us how to maintain our stucco homes. But right now, we want to kick it off with the hottest homes on the market. Let's begin with Kelly in Briar Grove.
Hi, I'm Kelly, and welcome to one of Houston's hottest family-friendly neighborhoods, Briar Grove. Come check this house out. We're walking into this beautiful remodeled open concept floor plan that begins in the front of the house, that leads into the dining room and opens up into this massive kitchen with stainless steel appliances, quartz countertops, and a really pretty dry bar area. This home has been completely remodeled, including all new PEX plumbing, underground plumbing, new windows, new electrical, and new roof. Thank you for checking this home out with me today. 2501 Briarhurst is still available on the market. Give me a call if you're interested.
In the shadow of downtown Houston, this is 114 Adam Lane in a boutique gated community in Edo that just hit the market. This 3-bedroom, 3.5-bath home with 2,176 square feet is immaculate, with a turf yard, open concept living, and the best part? This $1 million view of the downtown skyline and Minute Maid Park from your own private rooftop terrace.
Hi, I'm Linda Aber, and this is Sophia Lombardi. We're with Keller Williams Memorial, and we're here to show you this beautiful home.
We're at 8107 Sun Terrace in Copper Lakes, which is in the Cypress area. Come on in.
Okay, so this home is 4,200 square feet. Sits on a cul-de-sac just under 17,000 square foot lot. 4 bedrooms all down, with a possible 5th bedroom upstairs with its own ensuite bathroom. 4 baths. I mean, it's just gorgeous.
And we have this beautiful kitchen we wanted to highlight. We've got stainless steel Gen Air appliances, granite countertops, tons of cabinet space, as well as a huge walk-in pantry and a butler's pantry, if that wasn't enough, that leads to the dining room, and that is great for entertaining. Linda, I love this primary suite. Not only is it big enough to accommodate a king-size bed and still have a real seating area, you have this French door that leads you out to the patio so you have access to the pool.
And have you seen this view? I mean, look at that pool, right from when you get up in the morning, 3 years old, and then these floors. Tell me about these floors.
Beautiful engineered hardwood floors, and I didn't mention earlier that none of the house has carpet except for the 2nd story upstairs.
Sophia, please tell me about your favorite part about this house.
It's a surprise room.
A surprise room?
There's a surprise room.
Oh my gosh, show me.
So we have this on the 2nd floor. There is a game room, which also has its own full bath, and think of all the possibilities.
Thank you so much for taking this tour with us today.
Please let us know if you'd like to schedule a private tour.
Bye.
Bye.
We see them all over Houston, but are stucco homes a bad idea in our humid climate? If you're considering buying one or you live in a stucco home, we go in depth about what a stucco inspection looks like and how to maintain your stucco home. Welcome back, everybody. I can't tell you how much money I've spent fixing my stucco house. I bought it brand new. 4 years later, we had wood rot. It was a mess, and every buyer of mine that buys a stucco home, I bring in Greg Morgan with Lone Star Stucco. Greg's the man, and here's the thing. Stucco gets such a bad rap.
It does.
Tell me about it.
There's nothing wrong with stucco. It's been around for thousands of years. It's a huge misconception. It is absolutely a few things that affect a stucco house. One, the architecture. We really want it to be beautiful and amazing. The functionality. How is the contractor going to put it together?
It's the building process,
It's
then, right?
the building practice is what I really like to tell people too.
Okay, so it's not the actual material itself.
Nope.
Because I've always thought we're on clay soil in Houston, so the ground is like this, expanding, contracting. You have a rigid material like stucco.
Correct.
When you have a crack because of the ground, water gets behind there. If it's built badly, there's no way for that water to escape, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And what happens is moisture gets trapped. So if you think about stucco as the first layer of skin of your house, there's many layers to stucco. But stucco, traditional hard coat, is 3/4 inch thick. We're not really looking at stucco. We are, don't get me wrong. We're looking at the wood sheathing, the substrate behind it, and then the framework behind it. That's how you put the house together. Whether it's stucco, brick, siding, what's going on between these two areas, which is called the drainage plane. If you cannot get moisture out, it'll cause damage. It's perfectly normal for moisture to get into a stucco system, but does it have a logical path to get out?
So what about stucco itself in a humid climate like Houston, and we get hurricanes? By the nature of what it's made of, doesn't it wick in moisture?
It absorbs it. It depends on what kind of paint is on it. There's acrylic paint. There's actually elastomeric paint that has thicker resins, which will help, kind of like Rain-X on a windshield, it'll help sheen the moisture off. It's truly, we have so much rain sometimes. We'll have, like in Harvey, we had 5 days straight of rain. It gets into that drainage plane again. The house cannot get the moisture out quick enough. And then what happens, the moisture rolls back into that second layer of skin, the actual structural sheathing. Now it's a sponge. It absorbs the moisture, and then when it gets into the framing is like a super sponge and will not let go of the moisture. In Harvey, when houses flooded from the ground up, you saw the sheetrock ripped out. You saw all the studs. What nobody understood is when the studs get wet, they could stay wet for up to a month. They need to dry out. And when the house gets overcompensated from moisture, it cannot catch a break.
Okay, so the problem with stucco, when you do see stucco issues, is it gets back there, there's no way for it to escape because it was built wrong. So
Correct.
you have wood rot and you have that dreaded M word, which is mold.
I don't like that word. It's the dirtiest word out there.
It
Absolutely.
is, but I've had it. You see it all the time. And we're going to look at a building practice. We're going to look at some things you've inspected and what you're currently doing. Show me what a stucco inspection looks like.
Absolutely. What we're doing is we're looking at the house. We're actually going to do counterclockwise elevation photos is what we call them. We actually do consistent photos of everything that we're doing, and then we come back and we look at all the small finite details of construction and where things could go wrong. Sometimes you need to maintain things. Just like your vehicle at home, you want to maintain your sealants just like you want to change the oil in your car. So we're going to be looking at how the stucco brick terminates to the grade. We're going to look at the door sealants, penetration sealants.
Missing flashings.
Exactly,
Missing
window
weed
flashings,
screeds.
yes. And on these structures, it was a failure from the builder from inception where they didn't do a proper door pan flashing, letting excess moisture into the system.
Okay, so from your experience, do most stucco builders do it wrong? In my experience, they have.
I would say flip a coin. Every house is different. You could actually go to a complex like this one where there's multiple units, and some are done right, some are done wrong. It depends on the subcontractors. With anything you do in life, you better do it right and take pride in what you do.
Right, and the thing is, every client of mine, whether you're buying a new construction or a resale, I bring in Greg. You've got to do a stucco inspection because you just don't know what's back there. Let's get started.
Absolutely.
Let's drill some holes.
We're looking at the house. We've already done our visual inspection. We noticed that the drainage plane here has been obstructed. There's a 1x4 trim piece that's blocking the drainage plane. So in this instance, I'm not going to drill through the stucco. I'm actually going to go in between and get right in between the drainage plane to where the second layer of skin, the wood sheathing is, and let's see what's going on with it. So this is actually the wood sheathing that is actually deteriorated and is actually rotted.
So that is wood rot right there.
All day.
Because all day. So that means the substrate is soft and you have mold back there.
Not potentially mold. I'm a licensed mold consultant, so again, I don't like that word.
Okay.
If you think about it, the outside shell of the house and then you have the wood sheathing, then you have that framework. That's where the insulation is, and then you have your interior environment, your sheetrock and everything like that. At this point, there's nothing wrong with mold in this structure. It's on the exterior, but if it is neglected for years and years and years, it is a great conduit for growth of mold.
Got it.
The main issue with this structure is at inception, the builder inset these doors. They're very aesthetically pleasing, but when you see something that's like great, pump the brakes and understand what's going on with it. These doors are letting excess moisture into the system. And so up here where this arch is, again, there is no proper relief detail.
That means there's no way for water to escape.
Exactly. So your drainage plane, your stucco and your wood sheathing, it's completely sealed off. And what happens is the moisture is working through the system as it's intended, but then it gets down to a roadblock. And I mean, I jokingly say, if water could talk, it's like, what do you want to do now? I don't know. Let's hang out here and see what happens.
Right.
And we're showing you what happens when it just stays stagnant and it can't get out of the system.
So it's also the same thing as weep screed. Weep screed is another word for drainage plane.
Correct.
Because you've got to have water to escape.
Exactly. And most weep screeds are at the bottom of the structure. And then when I say a relief detail, it gets complicated, but it's a 66 casing B to a 66 casing B. We don't really,
my eyes just glazed over.
Nobody needs to know about that, but it's just a proper detail. And again, it's a building practice. We've learned so much in the last 5 years, let alone the last 15 years, about how things were done incorrectly. And now we're fixing them. And now builders are obtaining that information and they're actually starting from scratch the right way. They don't understand it.
Yeah.
I deal a lot with builders. At the beginning, they don't like me very much, but then in the end, we work with a ton of builders now, helping them as the building goes up to be preventative and do it the right way.
That's great because you're holding them accountable.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, the buyer's getting a better product and one that's not going to have these issues, and you're going to have to come back out.
They know when they see our inspection and they see our report, they know that I was here and that there's going to be discussions and we were protecting our buyer.
So why isn't this covered by homeowners insurance?
Homeowners insurance, like anything, everyone's been through the insurance game with roof or vehicle. They want to protect you as much as they can, but in my opinion, there's always a way out. There's always a back door. A lot of times we're dealing with the builder, and it could be 5-10 years afterwards. You always want to look at your ACE's warranty. Structural sheathing, structural framework. 90% of the time when we find damage, it is structural. So that's a little loophole that they don't get. And if you're very persistent and those who scream the loudest sometimes get the best results. When you have communities and HOAs that get together, you'd be shocked at how builders turn around on a dime to try to take care of the issue.
Well, why are bad stucco construction still happening then? We still have builders out there that don't do it right.
Well, we should take pride in what we do every day. And in any industry, we have the good and we have the bad. Builders are amazing. There's so many great people out there. A lot of times when they're trying to turn it around, and personally I will say maybe the CFO or the CEO, it's all about the number crunch. We've got to get it done, we've got to get it done. And that goes with any industry. And sometimes people cut corners. And the last guy on the totem pole, hey, they want to leave at the end of the day, go get a drink, go see their family. They might not come back to the same spot they left off. Out of sight, out of mind.
Okay, so you do inspections only, not repairs.
Absolutely no repairs. It's so unethical. There's a lot of people out there that say they have sister companies. It makes me crazy.
Keep it separate.
Absolutely.
How much is this house costing, and what were the biggest issues besides like the pan flashing, kick out flashing, no way for the water to escape? How much are we seeing in damage here?
I hate putting a number on things because it'll always come back that Greg said, but typically I have a good idea. This house would probably start off with about $20,000
out of pocket.
Out of pocket, depending on how they dealt with the insurance or the builder. But then a lot of times when you deal with builders, they're gone or they've changed their name.
Right.
There's no recourse, and it's going to cost you more money with legal battles to try to chase them down than just to say, I want to be a good steward of my home. I want to fix it. This is my home. I have to sell it one day. And once you have these reports, legally, you have to disclose the report for at least 5 years. So that's a good thing. You just want to take care of what you invested your whole life into.
Okay, so kick out flashing is right there.
This is a kick out flashing, and other people would call that an end dam flashing. That actually comes away from the stucco. It's actually behind the stucco, and below it is what we call pan flashing, a proper pan flashing. You look at this house, it has nothing. Right. And all that stucco is doing is absorbing moisture. And once you get a crack or a little wood rot, it's opening it up and it's just letting more moisture in. Water is the strongest thing in the world. It forces
and
everything.
Most destructive.
Absolutely. There's a Grand Canyon for a reason, water. And so what you want to do is you want to put the pieces of the puzzle together correctly from the first time.
Greg and I have had clients that had six-figure bills to fix their stucco. So the question now is, how do we best take care of our stucco? We're going to answer that when we come back. When we come back, Greg will show us how to properly maintain a stucco home. And we head to Sugar Land to show off this new gem on the market. Welcome back, everybody. Greg Morgan, the stucco guy, the stucco king is what I tell you, because I see you all the time, every time my clients buy a stucco house.
Yep.
Now, let's talk about maintaining stucco because it can be tricky. If I own a stucco house, what should I be doing and how often?
It's just like your vehicle. You take it in, you have it inspected, you change the oil, you make sure the tire pressure is correct. The most important thing with stucco homes, and it's just not stucco houses, brick homes, stone homes, you always need to maintain it. There's a big misconception about it's stucco. It has nothing to do with that.
I don't see brick homes that have risers.
I do.
You do, but not as often.
No, not at all.
Stucco's a little trickier.
No, you're correct, not at all.
You should be doing a visual inspection, right?
You should do it, but you know, some people say come back every year. I think that's ridiculous. The key is whoever does your repairs on your home, make sure they're a qualified waterproofing contractor, not two guys that just drove by and said, hey, we can help you out. You want somebody that's very specialized in applying the low modulus sealant. It's very thick, it's very tacky. You want it to go on very thick. You want to make sure they tool it. You want to make sure the moisture is not coming in through your penetrations, your windows, or your flashings. You want to look to see if there's any kind of hairline cracks from time to time.
How often? Visually check every year?
Every 2 years. I mean, honestly, if you have a waterproofing company that stands behind their work, they warranty their work for 2 to 3 years. A lot of times they'll do extended warranty programs. That's new on the block, you know, from 5 years ago. And it's amazing because a 4-story home or a 3-story home, you can't get up and see everything that's going on. But then you come back and do a visual assessment with limited invasive testing, you can kind of gauge what's going on with the house. If there's things that need to be tightened up, these companies come back and warranty it. They don't charge you again.
If somebody doesn't know if their stucco house has issues or not, I mean, I didn't know. I owned it for 4 years, didn't even get a single inspection. I just didn't know what I didn't know. Just call you. Because
call me or somebody that's
there.
qualified in this. You don't have to use us. It's honestly whoever you're comfortable with working with, price, quality of work, reviews, your neighbors, just make sure you use somebody that's been doing this for a very long time. There's a lot of general inspection companies now that have sister companies or they now have new divisions. I jokingly say, we're not part of the package. This is my focus.
Repair only, not, no, inspection only.
No repairs. I'm a mold consultant. I'm licensed in mold. I don't have time to do it because this is my passion and this is what you should do. Whatever you're really good at, do it to the best of your ability. But just find somebody that knows what they're doing.
Now, Greg and Angela, his business partner, are amazing. You've helped so many people and you've helped a lot of people protect their biggest investment. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. Absolutely. I could talk to you all day about this. And actually I do, I call him, he's on speed dial.
I tell people, we're like that family member that comes at Thanksgiving and you ask us to leave at Christmas. You can't get rid of us.
We'll have you back. Greg Morgan with Lone Star Stucco, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Always good to see you.
You as well.
Still to come on House to Home, let's take you to Riverstone and Sugar Land and walk you through this beautiful home. Thank you for watching this edition of House to Home. If you guys have any story ideas for us, or if you would like to be featured on our show, please email us, housetohome@kprc.com. As we wrap up the show, we want to take you to beautiful Sugar Land with James.
Hi everybody, James Evans with Coldwell Banker. Today we're in the Kensington section of Riverstone in Sugar Land, Texas.
From the moment you lay eyes on this home, you know this one is special. The posture of this home sits as if it just won a prize.
This specific home at 3906 Sundance Hill Lane in Sugar Land, Texas is amazing. Come check out everything inside. Let's go.
Open the front door and you are greeted by beautiful hardwood floors, abundant natural light, and sweeping archways. Notice the custom painted ceilings throughout the extended foyer and the dining room. Making your way into the open family room, 18 by 24 inch tile fills the space for easy maintenance. A spotlight shines on the stacked stone fireplace with handsome wood mantel. In the kitchen, luxurious espresso Kentmore cabinets offer plenty of space for all of your cooking tools and dishes. A suite of GE monogram appliances assists with all the cooking and cleanup in the kitchen. Guests will flock to the breakfast bar at the heart of the home, making this home an entertainer's dream. When it's time to unwind at the end of the day, escape to the primary suite. The hardwood floors are custom laid on the diagonal for a beautiful effect, and the vaulted ceiling tops off the drama. Through the double doors, you will whisk into the primary bathroom featuring an oversized shower with handbar. Dual vanities with raised sinks offer plenty of room to get ready for your day. Did we mention all the storage? There is a large built-in linen closet and substantial drawers and cabinets in the bathroom. Study with a bay window and tray ceiling is the perfect work-from-home location. At the front of the home, 2 bedrooms feature plantation shutters and walk-in closets provide plenty of space for everyone. The secondary bathroom features charming tile work that is sure to make you smile. Attention to detail wasn't spared in the large utility room. You'll find there is a sink to wash all of your delicates. Outside, there is a covered patio with tile flooring and fan, the perfect place to sit back after a long day and admire the pristine landscaping. This home features full gutters, a slate roof, and opportunities for expansion into a second-story flex space through the garage.
As you've seen, 3906 Sundance Hill Lane can fit all your needs.